Archaeologists discover a lot of things built by our ancient ancestors every day. But it's another thing that not everything they find comes with an explanation. Even with all the information at our hands in this AI age, there are some things that our best scientists and experts find tough to explain. If you think you've got an explanation, see if it matches what you're about to see in this video. Let's start this puzzling list with number 15, Statue of a Young Satyr. This statue is a Chicago treasure and a favorite of museum goers, but what does it even mean? Well, it is a Roman marble from the 1st century CE, restored in 1628 by Algardi. It's nearly 2 feet tall and depicts a nude satyr. It is undeniably unearthly. At a glance, this statue seems like a creepy creature, perhaps a sculpted version of a monster from medieval marginalia. But if you look closer, you'll see a subtle grin beneath an eye socket, and see that the large face is actually held up by the figure's left hand. Its given name somewhat clarifies the scene. Statue of a young satyr, wearing a theater mask of Silenos. Satyrs were mischievous followers of Dionysos, and were often shown playing with masks. This figure likely once had a companion in a similar pose. Its childlike body is distinguished by a small tail. The sculptor is unknown, but the craftsmanship suggests a wealthy patron. No other known ancient sculpture depicts this subject in beautiful 3 dimensions, which makes it a rare and, of course, most mysterious piece. Number 14. Mochce icon of the iguana. In the mythology of Peru's ancient Mochce civilization, the so-called icon of the iguana is closely linked to the sky god known as Wrinkle-Face. In Mochce art, Wrinkle-Face is rarely shown without this small, iguana-like figure by his side. The Mochce, who thrived about 2,000 years ago, were expert engineers, building aqueducts and massive mud brick pyramids that still stand today. The iguana figure is consistently depicted gazing directly at Wrinkle-Face and, in some cases, wearing a vulture headdress. This unchanging representation implies deep symbolic meaning, perhaps religious, protective, or cosmological, though the Mochce left no written language to explain it. The figure appears across multiple sites, maintaining a uniform form, which suggests a fixed cultural significance. Without surviving texts or oral tradition, its role remains mysterious, preserved only through these sculptural echoes of a people whose artistry and engineering endured, but whose spiritual symbolism now lies beyond our understanding. Number 13. Boca de Potre Rios. Mexico's Boca de Potre Rios in the Mina region is an immense open-air gallery of prehistoric petroglyphs scattered across the desert. They date to pre-Hispanic times, yet their makers and goals remain unknown. The sheer number is amazing, thousands etched into a remote, barren landscape. Spanish colonial records make no mention of a civilization inhabiting northeastern Mexico when Europeans arrived, leaving their authorship uncertain. Some historians credit the Aztecs, others the Chichimeca or Comanche, yet the carvings may be far older. Adobe ovens at the site, carbon dated to roughly 11,000 years ago, suggest human presence long before these cultures. If correct, the artists could have been members of the Coahuiltecan people's ancient predecessors. Their motifs vary from abstract to animal forms, but their meaning is lost. With no settlement remains nearby, Boca de Potre Rios stands as a vast, silent monument to an unrecorded culture, its creator's identity and intentions still hidden in the desert's emptiness. Number 12. Nazca Organic Artifacts. Excavations in and around the mysterious Nazca archaeological zone in Peru have revealed strange, seemingly organic artifacts that, through modern eyes, appear otherworldly. One resembles an elongated head with narrow eye slits, possibly even a mummified skull. Viewed from the reverse, it contains material akin to bone and marrow, along with hints of vertebrae. A Cusco radiologist X-rayed the object and confirmed it has sinuses and eye sockets, details unlikely in a forgery. Another artifact, a three-fingered hand, seems to have once been composed of skin and bone before being coated in clay. Radiographs show 6 bones per finger, double the human count. Writing them off as fakes is easy, yet the anatomical precision challenges that dismissal. No known culture, including the Nazca, has left records matching these objects. Whether ritual creations, burial relics, or genuine biological remains, they stand among the most baffling and contentious finds ever recovered from the Peruvian desert. Number 11. Vendel helmets. Before the Viking Age, the Vendel culture of Sweden, from the 6th to the 9th centuries, built helmets of extraordinary craftsmanship, far surpassing the plainer styles later associated with Vikings. Excavated mainly at Vendel and Valsgärde, and occasionally found elsewhere in Europe, including the British Isles, these helmets were often richly decorated and gold-plated. The Vendel people left no written language, yet contemporary accounts by other cultures describe them as formidable warriors and skilled traders. Their helmets, preserved in burial mounds, often include intricate animal motifs and ornate fittings reflecting wealth and status. The lavish use of gold suggests greater access to precious metals than their Viking successors, raising questions about how and why the Vikings eventually supplanted them. These artifacts reveal a martial elite with strong connections to continental craftsmanship. Though the Vendel disappeared as a distinct culture, their artistry and symbolism influenced the early Scandinavian warrior tradition, leaving a legacy of elaborate martial regalia unmatched in Northern Europe. Number 10. Ancient peculiar nail with 6 faces. In Sweden's Borgholm Castle, there is a small but baffling artifact that has surfaced. It's a nail just 2 inches tall, yet crowned with a head containing 6 human faces and only 6 eyes. The meshing of faces in such a disturbing design is unusual, and the reduced number of eyes makes it stranger still. One theory suggests Roman origin, possibly inspired by Janus, the two-faced deity of transitions, though no Roman god had 6 faces. Borgholm Castle, once grand, became a ruin after a devastating fire in 1806, but for more than 8 centuries it served as a residence, fortress, and prison. The nail was unearthed in early 2020, its origin and purpose still uncertain. Whether a symbolic object, a decorative fastening, or a ritual item, it bears no close parallel in known artifacts. Until further study reveals more, it remains a singular curiosity, connecting an unexplained image to a site steeped in centuries of layered history. Number 9. Viking Silver Hoard. Back in late 2019, archaeologists uncovered a large Viking silver hoard at an ancient farm in Vigbyholm, near Stockholm. The find included coins, necklaces, bracelets, and other finely made silver objects, all dating to the 10th century. While crafted around the same period, the pieces originated from different regions because many coins were Arabic dirhams, some were French, and the necklaces bore designs from other parts of Europe. They may have been gained through trade or taken during raids. The greatest mystery is why such wealth was hidden in a humble farmhouse, as most farmers of the time owned little beyond basic tools. One theory is that the owner farmed during summer but joined raiding expeditions in winter, amassing foreign treasures. The hoard's mix of artistry, cultural diversity, and sheer value provides insight into Viking-era connections across continents, illustrating both the far reach of their networks and the personal fortunes such ventures could yield. What do you think 1,000-year-old treasure? Number 8. Gold-plated Buddhist statue. 5 years back in 2020, at Japan's ancient Enryakuji temple on Mount Hiizan, restorers discovered a rare gold-plated Buddhist statue hidden inside a wooden figure of Goho Doji. The concealed piece, identified as Fudo Myo-o, which is one of Buddhism's 5 wisdom kings, is believed to date from the Kamakura period, from the 12th to 14th centuries. Standing as the only known gold-plated example of its kind, its concealment raises questions. It may have been hidden for safekeeping during political unrest, or perhaps its placement held symbolic value now lost. The craftsmanship and rarity suggest it was commissioned by a wealthy patron or high-ranking temple authority. Its concealment within another sacred icon is a striking choice, blending layers of devotion and protection. Today, the statue is recognized as an exceptional religious treasure, both for its artistry and its mysterious preservation, embodying centuries of Buddhist reverence shielded from the outside world until its unexpected rediscovery. Number 7. Bath Curse Tablets. Between 1979 and 1980, archaeologists in Bath found 130 thin sheets of inscribed lead and pewter, known as the Bath Curse tablets. Dating to the 2nd to 4th centuries CE, they invoke the Romano-Celtic goddess Sulis Minerva, appealing for vengeance against thieves. Stolen items listed include clothing, jewelry, gemstones, and coins. One tablet records a man named Docimedes asking the goddess to take the mind and eyes of whoever stole his gloves within her temple. Many inscriptions were crudely formed, likely by the illiterate imitating writing to convey their pleas. These tablets reveal both the sanctity and social function of the Roman baths as gathering places where theft was common. Once inscribed, the tablets were folded or rolled, then placed into the sacred spring to reach the goddess. Today, they offer a vivid record of personal grievances, religious practices, and the intertwining of daily life with the supernatural in Roman Britain. Number 6. Russian ancient Jews Harp archaeologists in Russia's Altai Mountains in 2017 found a remarkably preserved 1,700-year-old Jew's harp attributed to the Huns. It is carved from the rib of a cow or horse and can still produces a clear tone when played. The simple design works by plucking the reed while holding the frame to the mouth, a method used in similar instruments worldwide. It was found in what was once Hunnic-controlled territory and belonged to a pastoralist, possibly a cattle breeder. Alongside primitive drums, such stuff is among the world's earliest known musical instruments. The term Jew's harp is misleading, as the instrument has no link to Jewish culture or religion. Its name's origin is uncertain. This find highlights the cultural sophistication of the Huns, often remembered primarily as fierce warriors. Here, music survives as a counterpoint to their martial image, offering a rare personal glimpse into the sounds and artistry of a nomadic empire's everyday life. Number 5. First Temple Period Gold Bead. In early 2020, archaeologists from the Temple Mount Sifting Project announced the discovery of a minute yet mind-blowing artifact, a 3,000-year-old gold bead from Jerusalem's First Temple period. Gold was rare in this era, silver was far more common, and gold was seldom refined locally. The bead's finely made form, with a hollow center for stringing, shows advanced workmanship. Its style closely resembles silver beads from across Israel, though its material suggests foreign influence, possibly Egypt, where goldwork was more prevalent. The bead may have belonged to a traveler or a local of high status who acquired it abroad. Its small size belies its significance, offering rare physical evidence of gold use in a period when the metal was scarce. Whether worn as part of a necklace or sewn into fabric, its survival is extraordinary, representing both a technical achievement and a tangible link to Jerusalem's early biblical history. Number 4. Roman Writing Tablet. Excavations in France in 2023 uncovered a Roman wooden writing tablet preserved in amazing condition thanks to waterlogged soil. Found among the remains of ancient wells and latrines, the tablet dates to between the 1st and 3rd centuries CE. Traces of ink lettering are still visible, though too faint to read without advanced analysis. The find was part of a larger assemblage of wooden objects, leather, ceramics, and organic remains. Wooden artifacts rarely survive 2 millennia, but constant saturation protected the fibers from decay. The tablet likely carried useful text, perhaps a note, record, or message that once passed through the hands of someone living or working in the settlement. Conservation efforts may allow specialists to recover the writing through imaging tech, potentially revealing new details of Roman daily life. For now, it stands as a rare survival of written communication, preserved in the damp earth for nearly 2,000 years. Number 3. Cheapside Horde. The Cheapside Horde was discovered in London in 1912, and this hoard contains treasures of such quality that their authenticity was debated for over a century. But then, back in 2019, tests confirmed the entire collection to be genuine. Dating to the Elizabethan and Jacobean periods, it includes more than 400 pieces: rings, necklaces, sapphires, rubies, Byzantine cameos, and even a watch carved from a hollowed emerald. The hoard was found in a wooden box buried beneath a modest home in Cheapside. Historical records show the house once belonged to a jeweler, likely hiding the collection during the English Civil War. When the Great Fire of London destroyed the building in 1666, the box was buried under the rubble and forgotten. A later home was built above it, preserving the contents for centuries. Now recognized as authentic, the Cheapside Horde stands as one of the most remarkable surviving assemblages of 16th to 17th century craftsmanship, a dazzling time capsule of London's golden age of jewelry. Number 2. Sibel Statue. In 2016, a 2,100-year-old marble statue was found during excavations at the ancient fortress of Kurul Kalesi, near Ordu on Turkey's Black Sea coast. Depicting Cybele, the Phrygian mother goddess of the earth, it shows her seated and pregnant, symbolic of fertility. Though only 1.1 meters tall, it weighs 200 kilograms. Archaeologists believe it was buried when the fortress walls collapsed during a Roman assault, sealing and preserving it in its original niche. This marks the first time in Turkish history that an ancient marble statue has been found in situ. In Anatolian mythology, Cybele was not only linked to fertility, but also protected towns, mountains, and city walls, explaining her placement within the fortress. The statue's survival offers rare, direct context for its placement and function, providing both an artistic and cultural link to the ancient Phrygian and Anatolian religious traditions that flourished in the region over 2 millennia ago. Number 1. Pictish blacksmith's handprint. On the remote Scottish island of Rios, archaeologists uncovered a 1,500-year-old handprint left on a stone anvil by a Pictish metalsmith. Alongside the hand impression, faint imprints of his knees remain, silent traces of his working posture in what were likely cramped, dimly lit conditions. The Picts, who ruled northern Britain for over a millennium, vanished abruptly around the year 900, leaving no written records and few surviving artifacts. The blacksmith may have gauged his anvil's heat by the glow alone, crafting tools and ornaments in near darkness. Despite their dominance, the Picts' self-designation is unknown. Pict comes from Roman accounts, meaning painted people. Finds like this anvil humanize a culture otherwise seen only through battle accounts and scattered stone carvings. It is a direct, tactile connection to an individual craftsman whose skill, labor, and touch have endured across centuries, preserving a rare, intimate glimpse into a vanished way of life. If you found this video interesting, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for hanging with us. We'll see you soon in the next one.